And we have a lot more prizes coming up, so if you didn't win, don't worry.
We have a prize during Donkey Kong, don't we?
I
think the Perler.
Yeah, we have the Donkey
Kong. We have the Donkey Kong Perler.
And so $5 gives you entry into that.
Yeah, it's going here. So
yeah, you didn't read the bids though.
Harold, what are you doing?
You needed the fresh.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so don't be deceived. This game is not for the GameCube. I'm playing it on the Game Boy player.
That's not it. That's not it. Those aren't it.
$10.01 from Jared Durston for Donkey Kong 94, a true classic of the Game Boy. That game ruined me when I was 8, and I want to see somebody put it in its place. Excellent work, gentlemen and baby.
So, for people who are a little confused by the title, the game is actually called Donkey Kong, but people just refer to it as Donkey Kong 94 because there's quite a few other games called Donkey Kong, and this came out in 1994, so it kind of alleviates a little confusion.
Just let me know when to start the timer.
Oh no, I'm not ready yet.
Oh, yeah. Do we have a DK Perler in here?
Yeah, we're now. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, start.
Yeah, so I'll give that.
So,
a bit of time to.
Let me just explain really quick. So this is basically an updated version of Donkey Kong. It's got a few little new tricks you can do, like backflips and handstands, which you'll see. You can go ahead and read for a while. There's nothing too major coming up. Except that the first few levels are actually some of the hardest in the game. Not the very first one.
So we have $5 from Sheldon Hood. He says, I've been looking forward to this for a while. Here's $5 from Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Any chance of running Captain Novolin in a marathon at some point? Speak to Michael Yama about that and get shot down immediately. We have $50 from Benjamin Uranium Anchor Cutler. He says, just mending DK94. And so this says pretty much infinite money for it now.
Came out of the package.
And then $3 from Adam McDonald. DJ Elk here. Keep up the good work.
A little blue can fix it. I'm sure
and he says his website, www.918thefan, is sending people your way. I'll be donating more later. Looking forward to that, and thanks for plugging us on your website.
Awesome. And then
we'll fix it.
Yeah, any donations of $5 or more during this run puts you into the drawing to win this DK Perler here, made by our own Mecca Richter, one of our forum members. He makes these on commission too, so if somebody that has his contact info wants to toss him the check quick.
There you go. Oh, nice.
These guys are kind of trolling.
Regular van or what?
Okay, and that's Donkey Kong. So I guess I'm about, what, an hour and 20 minutes ahead of what the time was for this?
Yeah, you're gonna stop it.
Well, alright. Wait, what's going on? What? Oh, there's more games, sorry.
I was like, wait.
Yeah. I wonder how many people were fooled at the beginning of this game and thought that it's just like a direct port of the arcade version with backflips. Yeah, there's 9 more worlds in this. It's a long game. So, really this game is about, it's kind of a puzzle game. It's sort of an action puzzle game where in the stages you have to find keys, take it to the door to advance to the next level, and then every 4 levels is kind of a mini boss fight against Donkey Kong. And you would get these great little cutscenes between levels that waste time and amuse everyone. So I'm going to try to do a glitch on this level, actually. This is the wall kick, which even though it later became one of Mario's standard moves, in this game it was not an intended move. It has like a couple frames that it'll work, and it only works on walls that face left. So,
Wall kicks might work.
wall kicks sometimes work. There's a few levels in the game where I can take advantage of it, and that's one of them. Another little trick I do, which just saves a tiny bit of time every time I pull it off, is that the keys, usually you have to jump on top of them and then push B to pick it up. But you actually, the way the game is programmed, as long as you're even with the top of the key, it assumes you're standing on top of it and will let you pick it up. So you can actually pick it up in midair like that when you're like mid-jump, grab it, and then it saves like, a half second every time. But over the course of 100 levels, it adds up. This is another level where I can use the wall kick. save a little time. Actually, save a lot of time. But you can see that it usually does take a few tries to get it because the timing is so tight.
Are the colors different if you actually do this on a Super Game Boy?
Oh yeah, this game
the
was
arcade?
programmed for the Super Game Boy. It has a pretty decent color scheme, and they
It also
also
has an arcade cabinet.
Yeah.
Surrounding
and they even added a voice for Pauline, like she actually screams "No, no!" But I have not practiced on Super Game Boy. Not that anyone brought one, so I'm just used to playing it this way.
Does it change the gameplay at all? Or
Yeah, well, the
just
Super Game Boy
timing?
runs a little faster than normal, but it doesn't change the gameplay.
Yeah, if I could have brought one actually.
You'll also see that this game, it throws extra lives at you. Like after every 4 levels, you just get tons of lives because it's ridiculously easy to die. Like I'm not expecting to beat this game without dying. I've never done it. It's just some of these levels are just too quirky.
Does this game have a run on SDA?
It does. It's a segmented run by I can't remember, and it's.
Well, I could go check.
I'm not sure. Yeah, check that. And then I know we have at least one person, Tropicalo, who's working on a single segment run. But even he, I think he's better at this game than I am. Even he hasn't had a deathless run yet.
Oh jeez.
The other game that you could have bid for is called Mario vs. Donkey Kong. It's essentially a sequel to this. It came out a number of years later for Game Boy Advance. It has a few differences though. Like they added these dumb little mini Marios, which later they spun off into their own series, to my chagrin.
Yes, the run on the site was done by Philippe Suzaku Henry. It's
Suzaku, that's correct.
It's like 6 years old now too.
Yeah, it's a pretty old run. I mean, it was decent, but it can be improved. There's a lot of tricks that have been discovered since then. If you get all 3 of the items on each stage, you get to do a little bonus mini game to earn yet more extra lives, which obviously wastes time. So there's very few levels where I'm really in danger of doing it, but I obviously, try to avoid it if I can. So this is the first real boss battle against Donkey Kong, which is always just hit him with barrels 3 times, but it gets progressively more and more difficult as you advance, as do the levels themselves. These little cutscenes, they usually show you new mechanics that are coming up in levels. Like this is showing off the switches that will be coming up. A lot of them show Mario doing things that he can't actually do in the game, which is not helpful. Like it shows him landing safely in lava, which you cannot do. It shows him jumping backwards, which you can't do.
Here's a red forest.
Yeah, I don't know why the Game Boy player chooses to color everything in red. Another little trick that I didn't do on this level that I just thought of, when you approach doors, there's sort of a little, I guess you could call it a cutscene where Mario sort of walks up to the door with the key when you get within a certain range of it. And he actually moves a tiny bit slower than he does at his normal running speed. So it saves like a frame or two if you, hold on, I have to kind of concentrate here. It saves a frame or two if you can jump to the door and skip the little walking animation, which again, doesn't save much time all at once, but over the course of 100 levels does kind of add up.
To almost 2 seconds.
What?
To almost 2 seconds.
Yeah. Now, this level here will probably look crazy, but I'm pretty sure this is intended because, you know, they may not expect you to know this the first time you do the level, but there's actually another level later in the game where you do have to block a one of those little doors from closing, so they knew that you could do that with items. You usually take this level carefully because as soon as you get screwed over it. It can be done faster, that's just really risky if he throws those chomp things in the wrong place. I wish Mario Galaxy 2 had been this generous with lives.
You'd be maxed out by the time you finish the game.
Oh yeah, I'll max out by like the end of World 6. I think.
Wow.
Oh crap. There we go. Pretty much everything in this game kills you. The ladybugs don't kill you. This is a bad level to say that on. If you fall too far, you'll die.
Is that Luigi?
If you even think of dying, you'll die.
RPG is the monochromatic.
Well, what
I thought if you say you get a problem,
Yeah.
you just
If you use your flash,
try to level slash message.
I don't know why they chose not to make the entire ground solid, but whatever. I do wonder a lot of these shortcuts, how many were intended to be found and how many were just, you know, accidental luck that they happen to work that way. Because there's some really interesting shortcuts you can do in this game. Apparently this is the first point where they expect you to know how to do a backflip. Like, here's how to do a backflip. You've never used it up till now.
So you can start off with all your tricks?
Oh yeah. Makes the first few levels a lot faster. But I imagine someone playing this for the first time probably, unless they read the instruction manual, which who does that? You wouldn't know about all the
well, I
tricks.
didn't know about it, but it was been like an hour. It was jumping, thinking, whatever.
Oh crap. It's time to jump.
I was going to say, I don't figure out this either. There's Donkey Kong and the guy from Game's All.
Oh,
So you can get this.
come on.
I hope this totally.
Can you fall from any height?
No. If you fall a certain distance, you die.
Yeah, I saw you fall and do like a roll or something. So it
It was
seems
a
like
while back.
Yeah, there's a certain height where you'll roll, and then there's a certain height where you'll get stunned, and then there's a certain height where you just die.
oh wow.
It says in the program it says 0 and 100. I'm just setting it. Okay, good. Okay, so